Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to explore the four different types of teeth that we have in our mouths. Each type of tooth has a specific job. So let's learn more about them. Let's imagine feeling our teeth. Some are thin, some are sharp, some are thicker, and some have ridges along them. So each of these differences helps teeth to do a specific job. For example, sharp teeth help us bite. So let's move on and learn about their special jobs. Now let's take a closer look at each type of tooth. On this diagram, we can click on any tooth to find out what it does. So here we have incisors. So incisors are basically scissors in your mouth. They bite the food like apple. When you bite into an apple, these sharp teeth help cut through it. These sharp teeth help cut through it. So they are used for, so what's their job? Their job is to bite the food into small pieces. So incisors are like scissors and their job is to bite the food. This is a picture of incisors. So you have 8 incisors. You have 8 incisors. Four on the top of your mouth, and 4 on the bottom. So in total, you have 8 incisors in your mouth, and their job is to bite the food into smaller pieces. So here we have an interesting fact. Children have 20 teeth. A full adult set contains 32 teeth. So children have 20 teeth and adult set contains 32 teeth. So let's move on. So canines. So here we have canines. Canines are used for tearing the food. However, incisors were used to cut the food, to bite the food. Canines are used for tearing the food, like dogs and wolves. So like dogs and wolves, we have canines. We use our sharp canine teeth to rip and tear food. Dogs and wolves, dogs, dogs and wolves use their canines to tear and rip the food. And we also use canines to tear and rip the food. So here is an interesting fact. Carnivores, which are animals that eat only meat, they have large canine teeth to help tear their food. We also have canines. Dogs have canines, wolves have canines, and carnivores, animals that eat only meat, they have canines for tearing or ripping the food. And here is a picture of canine. So we have 4 canines in our mouth. We have 4 canines in our mouth, which are used to tear the food, to rip the food. So now let's talk about another one. So nextly, premolars and molars. So premolars and molars, they are the grinders. Premolars and molars are the grinders. As crush the food, premolars crush the food into smaller pieces, while molars grind it down so it's easier to swallow. Premolars crush the food. They both are grinders. They have the same function. Premolars crush the food and molars grind the food to make it easier to swallow the food. So together they help break down food so we can digest it. So premolars and molars are grinders. Their second name is grinders. The second name of incisors were scissors. The second name of canines was tearers. However, premolars and molars have grinders. as their second name. So premolars and molars are the grinders in our mouth, and they crush the food while molars in the back grind it down. So it's easier to swallow the food. However, molars are bigger version of premolars. Molars are bigger than they're just bigger version of premolars. And they are found in the very back of the mouth and are used to chew and grind food. So, here is an interesting fact. Babies are born with all their teeth formed, even their adult ones. The teeth just haven't emerged through the gums yet. So, babies are born with all their teeth formed, even their adult ones. Just they haven't emerged through the gums yet. Okay, so now let's talk about another one. So, finally, we have wisdom teeth. These are known as extra molars. Wisdom teeth are known as extra molars of your mouth. How? What's their function? So, they are at the very back of the mouth, and these extra molars, they are used to help our ancestors chew rough foods. So they are used to help our ancestors to chew rough food. For example, what are the examples of rough food? We have nuts, then roots. So wisdom teeth are also known as extra molars. They chew rough food like nuts and roots. But today they don't really have a role in our mouth, as they usually appear when you're around 18 or older. So wisdom teeth, they don't really have a role, but and they usually appear when you're around 18 years old or older than that. So this is a picture of wisdom teeth. Okay, so here we also have an interesting fact. Many adults' wisdom teeth never emerge. Sometimes only one or two out of the four will emerge. They don't really have a role, so many adults' wisdom teeth never emerge. Sometimes only one or two out of the four will emerge. So now let's move on. Okay, so here we have a diagram of a tooth. Let's look inside a tooth and see how it's built. So first, on the top we have enamel. So what is enamel? Enamel is visible to us. We can see enamel. But what is it? It is the hard outer layer of the tooth. Enamel is the hard, it is as hard as our bone is in our body. It's as hard. So it is the hard layer. It is the hard protective layer. It is the enamel is the hard protective layer of your tooth. Then we have dentine. And what is dentine? Okay, so let's see what is dentine. As we can see, dentine is just beneath the enamel. So basically, its function is as it supports enamel. It supports enamel. It supports enamel. So enamel is a hard protective layer, as hard as a bone in our body. And dentine is also hard, but not as much as enamel, and it supports enamel. Then we have gums. So then we have gums. So this is the gum. This is the position of gum. So basically you can see it is protecting the base of your teeth. It is protecting this base of your teeth and cover the roots. These are the roots and it is covering the roots. This is the gum and it is covering the roots. So gums protect the base of your teeth Gums protect the base. And what else? As you can see here, we have roots. So it is covering the roots. Gum covers the roots. It covers the roots. Then we have nerves. You can see nerves and blood vessels. They are the part of pulp. So pulp is the soft tissue that contains nerves and blood vessels. Here are the nerves and blood vessels. They are the part of the pulp. So pulp contain blood vessels and nerves inside the tooth. It is the soft tissue. It is the soft tissue that contains blood vessels and nerves. And why do we need blood vessels? What is the function of blood vessels? So basically, blood vessels. And blood vessels provide all of the nutrients to the tooth, keeping it healthy. It provides all of the nutrients to the tooth, all nutrients to keep it healthy. Then we have cementum. So basically, it covers the roots. As you can see, it is covering the roots and helps anchor the tooth to the jawbone. It helps anchor the tooth to the jawbone. So this is the function of cementum, to anchor the tooth to jawbone. So then you can see over here we have bone. So bone is supporting the tooth and holds it in the place. So the bone is holding the tooth into its place, it in the place of it. As you can see, it is holding the tooth. Then you can see over here we have two sections, crown and root. Crown is the visible part where above the gums. You can see this, these are the gums, and above that we have this crown. And we can see the crown, this part. This part is visible to us. We can see this part. Then here we have roots. Roots, root anchors the tooth into the jaw below the gums. Like cementum, it anchors the tooth to the jaw below the gums. Below the gums. So enamel is the hard protective layer as the bone, and dentine supports enamel. It is not as hard as enamel. Then we have gums. Gums protect the base of the tooth and cover the roots. And then we have pulp, which contains blood vessels and nerves. So pulp is a soft tissue that contains blood vessels and nerves. And what is the function of blood vessels? It provides all healthy nutrients to our tooth. Then we have cementum. It anchors the tooth to jawbone. However, root also anchor the tooth to jaw below the gums. And here we have bone. It holds the tooth into its place. And then we have crown. This part, known as crown, it is visible to us. And it is above the gums. So now, let's move on. So here we have some ideas. How to care for your teeth. Good dental care is important to keep your teeth healthy. Brush twice a day for 2 minutes. Avoid sugary treats and visit your dentist for regular checkups. Drinking water and milk can also help keep your teeth strong. So practice it to keep your teeth healthy, and this is how you can care for your teeth. So here's a fun fact. Sharks can have over 50,000 teeth during their lifetime. Whenever a shark loses a tooth, another one grows right back. Okay, so sharks have 50,000 teeth throughout their lives. And when I ask you a question, how many teeth do we have? How many teeth do children have and adults have? Children have 20 teeth, adults have 32 teeth. So this was all about today. We learned about four different types of teeth. Incisors, known as scissors, to cut the food. Then we have canines, known as tearers, tearing the food. Then we have premolars and molars, which are used for grinding the food, crushing the food to make it easier to swallow the food. Then we have wisdom teeth, which are also extra molars at the back of your teeth. And they do not have role in our mouth as they grow after 18, when you are 18 or after 18 years old, or sometimes no wisdom teeth. Then we learned about the diagram of a tooth, enamel, dentine, pulp, gum, crown, root, cementum, and their functions. I hope you understand about four different types of teeth. Jazakallah.